everyone, good morning. I'm Madison Nosek here on KXAN Live. Right now, I just want to show you guys a live look at downtown Austin, and I have two breaking news stories for y'all right now. The first is that Austin police say that they are working on an officer-involved shooting on Menchaca, and we really have limited information right now, but our photographer is on the scene, so hopefully we will have more details coming your way soon. The second breaking news story is that Hays County investigators have filed more charges against a man they say lured children as young as 10 on social media. Within the last couple hours, the Hays County sheriffs announced 10 additional charges against Diego Cortez. This is the man you see here on your screen. They're for possession of child pornography. He's a registered sex offender authorities arrested earlier this month. Police say he admitted to sexually assaulting a runaway child. Cortez told police that he's communicated with several other girls and arranged to meet them to engage in sexual acts, according to an arrest warrant affidavit. On more than one occasion, Cortez had sex with a missing child as well as other children in and around San Antonio. One of his victims was 10 years old. They say he found her through Snapchat and portrayed himself as a minor. There's going to be a presser this morning at 10 o'clock, and we're going to have that here for you on KXAN. Now turning to City Council. Austin City Council's meeting today with more than 200 items on the agenda. Near the top of the list is help for the Austin Police Department. The council is going to consider creating a police reserve unit. This would help with large events as Austin Police face a staffing crisis. The unit would be staffed by retired officers. Mayor Kirk Watson says this may be one of the options to help with the shortage of officers. The police chief would be tasked with appointing members to the unit of no more than 75 officers. Another issue before the council is changing lot size requirements. Councilmember Leslie Poole wants to reduce the minimum lot size requirements and allow up to 3 units on a single-family lot. Poole says the change could encourage more townhomes and garden homes for middle-income households. Several groups have reached out to KXAN with concerns about the resolution, though. Council members could also vote to approve a contract to help run a new temporary shelter for people experiencing homelessness. Austin wants to use the marshalling yard near the airport. It would be a space for 300 emergency shelter beds. The one-year contract with Family Endeavors is going to cost the city just more than $9 million. We now know why the FBI and Austin police were searching a field for clues into the investigation of a man that they're calling a serial killer. KXAN obtained search warrants showing police believe Raul Meza Jr. may be connected to a possible burial site in a Pflugerville field. Okay, so going back a little bit here, police say they talked with Meza in March of 2022. Someone called 911, and when officers responded, they found Meza there with a bloody lip and scratches on his face and hands. Police say it looked like he got into a fight, but he wouldn't tell them why. Officers then found his truck. They searched a nearby field where they say they found brass knuckles, a bag, and a smashed cell phone. Austin police investigators wrote in a statement that it may be reasonable to conclude that the woman that Meza was with during this time and claimed to have arrived within the area, she may have been murdered and discarded in one of the fields where Meza's truck was located. And further investigation is warranted into this. So that's why investigators started searching last week. This field is off of FM 1825 in Pflugerville, near Old Austin Pflugerville Road. Documents show police flew a drone over the field and found several locations that appeared to be, quote, a possible burial site, but they did not find human remains. Today, a group of Texas women will return to the courtroom as part of a lawsuit seeking clarity on the state's abortion law. We first brought this to you yesterday as several women described trauma they say they suffered when they couldn't get the medical care that they needed. All were suffering from severe complications with their pregnancies. Texas law prohibits most abortions with an exception if the life of the mother is at risk. But the women and physicians suing say the language is too vague. The state argues the law is clear and that these women should be going after physicians for malpractice, not the state. This lawsuit is not seeking to reverse the state's abortion ban, but asks the court to pause the law to clarify when exactly exceptions are allowed. It's not clear how quickly the judge could rule in this case, though. The motive and state of mind of the U.S. soldier who crossed the demilitarized zone where North Korea and South Korea interact still remains a mystery this morning. Private Travis King remains in custody in North Korea. This incident has set off a diplomatic crisis. Right before this incident happened, Travis spent time in a South Korea prison. U.S. officials were preparing to bring him back to the States to face possible further disciplinary action by the military. According to court documents, King had a few run-ins with the police while serving in South Korea. Last September, he was accused of punching a man at a nightclub. That victim did not press charges, though. But in a separate incident, police arrested him for assault. The Biden administration is now trying to determine the 23-year-old's fate. The U.S. does not have official relations with North Korea right now, and North Korea is remaining silent about King's crossing. The White House says it's working with South Korea and Sweden, whose embassy represents the U.S. interest in North Korea. And our last top story for the morning, the 2023 FIFA Women's World Cup tournament is set to kick off today, with all eyes on the U.S. to potentially three-peat as the champions. Over the next 4 weeks, 32 teams are going to compete across 64 matches at 10 venues across Australia and New Zealand. It's the first time the Women's Cup is being hosted in 2 different countries. The U.S. women's national team has held the #1 spot in FIFA's ranking for years. Well, that's all I have for you guys this morning. And like I mentioned earlier, we have those 2 breaking news stories, so we're going to continue to update them. If you want more information on them, just head on over to our website at kxan.com. But thanks for joining me this morning, and we will see you next time. Bye.